On September 6, 2025, we remember a remarkable collection of individuals whose lives and work touch science, politics, faith, art, and music. Each followed a different calling, from the laboratories of Nobel-winning research to the bright lights of concert halls, from the pulpit to the legislature, yet all shared a sense of purpose and service that transcended profession. Their stories remind us that greatness is not found only in fame, but in the consistent pursuit of truth, excellence, and humanity. Duane Ankney dedicated much of his life to the people of Montana, first serving in the House of Representatives and later in the state Senate. Ankney became known as a voice of reason in an era often defined by division, a champion for education and responsible energy policy. He worked tirelessly to balance progress with preservation. Born with a deep appreciation for rural life, Ankney understood the heartbeat of small communities, their challenges, their resilience, their values. To many, he wasn't just a lawmaker, but a neighbor who listened and acted. His decades in public service stand as proof that integrity and practicality can still guide the work of government. Few scientists have shaped modern biology as profoundly as David Baltimore. Awarded the Nobel Prize in 1975 for discoveries that revolutionized molecular genetics, his research laid the foundation for understanding viruses, gene expression, and immunology. Beyond the laboratory, Baltimore's leadership as president of both Rockefeller University and Caltech marked him as a visionary administrator who nurtured generations of scientists. He believed deeply in the power of curiosity, that knowledge, responsibly applied, could transform humanity's future. Colleagues remember him not only as a brilliant mind, but as a mentor who encouraged bold ideas and honest inquiry. His work continues to influence medicine, genetics, and the very way we think about life itself. Ed Blakely spent his career designing better cities, not just through blueprints, but through vision. As an academic and planner, he helped communities recover from crisis and rethink how urban spaces could truly serve the people who live within them. His post-Katrina work in New Orleans exemplified his belief that cities can rise from adversity stronger and more inclusive than before. Blakely combined intellect with empathy, seeing urban planning not as engineering, but as storytelling, a narrative of how people live, move, and connect. His global influence continues through the students and cities inspired by his teachings. For fans of NASCAR, Bill Davis was synonymous with dedication and competitive spirit. Founder of Bill Davis Racing, he helped steer multiple drivers and teams to success during a golden era of American motorsport. Yet behind the roar of the engines was a man devoted to teamwork, innovation, and integrity. Davis saw racing not merely as a sport, but as a family, one bound by courage and shared ambition. His influence extended beyond the racetrack, shaping how teams function, how talent was nurtured, and how passion could become legacy. Gary Fagan's art invited viewers to slow down and truly see, a master of realism. He captured human emotion with striking subtlety. His paintings, often centered on the face and form, explored the intersection of beauty and truth. As a teacher and co-founder of the Gage Academy of Art in Seattle, he guided countless students toward mastery of craft and honesty of expression. Even as he battled illness, Fagan continued to create, each brushstroke an act of reflection and gratitude. His legacy endures in the canvases he left behind and in the many artists who learned to see the world through his disciplined yet compassionate eye. Bishop John Raymond Gatto spent decades shepherding the faithful of Missouri with quiet devotion. Ordained in 1968, he rose through the ranks to lead the Diocese of Jefferson City for 20 years. Known for his pastoral warmth, he emphasized service, education, and spiritual renewal. Those who knew him recall his unwavering belief that the Church's mission begins in compassion, in listening to the lonely, comforting the afflicted, and guiding the lost. His ministry was defined not by authority, but by empathy and humility. Walt Helmick devoted his life to West Virginia. From the state Senate to the Commissioner's Office of Agriculture, he worked tirelessly to strengthen rural economies and support local farmers. His colleagues admired his straightforward honesty and deep love for his community. Helmick understood that public service meant rolling up one's sleeves. That progress begins with small, consistent acts of stewardship. Even during his illness, he remained engaged, embodying resilience and commitment until the very end. A true competitor, Willie Parker's career in professional football was defined by toughness and dedication, playing for the Houston Oilers and later in the World Football League. Parker represented the grit and determination that defined the sport's early years. Teammates described him as a quiet leader, someone who led by example rather than words. After retirement, Parker continued to mentor young athletes, reminding them that character off the field mattered as much as performance on it. His life exemplified discipline, humility, and love for the game. Brian Cantwell Smith bred philosophy and computer science in groundbreaking ways. His work explored how technology intersects with meaning, consciousness, and ethics, ideas far ahead of his time. At the University of Toronto and MIT, he challenged students to question not only what machines can do, but what humanity should do with them. Colleagues called him a thinker of rare depth, unafraid of the difficult questions that shape our future. His passing leaves a void in both philosophy and technology, two worlds he helped bring closer together. Reverend Karen Soley was a unique voice in South Dakota politics, a Lutheran pastor who brought faith and compassion to the legislative floor. Elected in 2013, she became known for her thoughtful advocacy on issues of justice and social care. Her calm yet determined approach earned respect across party lines. Soley believed that public life was simply another form of ministry, an opportunity to serve, uplift, and heal. Her life's work stands as a reminder that empathy can be a powerful political force. Across generations, Rick Davies' music defined moments of introspection and joy. As a founding member of Supertramp, he wrote and performed songs that blended rock sophistication with emotional honesty. Tracks like Bloody Well Right and Goodbye Stranger that became timeless anthems. Known for his soulful voice and intricate keyboard work, Davies brought intellectual depth to popular music. Beyond fame, he was a craftsman of sound, a perfectionist who sought meaning in melody. His influence echoes through countless musicians who found inspiration in his artistry. Even as illness slowed him, his passion for creation never faded. In his passing, the world loses not just a rock legend, but a storyteller who turned rhythm into reflection. Today, we honor Duane Ankney, David Baltimore, Ed Blakely, Bill Davis, Gary Fagan, John R. Gatos, Walt Helmick, Willie Parker, Brian Cantwell Smith, Karen Soley, and Rick Davies. Their paths were diverse, from science to sport, from faith to fine art, yet all were united by purpose. Each gave their talents in service of others. Each left the world richer than they found it. As we remember them, may we carry forward their curiosity, their courage, and their compassion, the quiet virtues that transform ordinary lives into legacies that endure.